Hey, what's up? My name's Mike Squires, and this is the Couch Riffs podcast, episode number 150. My guest, Andrew Ross. I'm just as pleased as a pig in shit to have Andrew as a guest. Very pleased to have made his acquaintance last week. It's his birthday this week. Why don't you go wish him a happy birthday? Hmm? Andrew's a super talented singer, multi-instrumentalist, sings in a number of bands, put out a solo record, EP. Sings with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Very funny guy. Into theater, musical theater. And you gotta have it takes something special to to do that, to put yourself in those positions. I ain't got it. A lot of people ain't got it, but he got it. I had a great time getting to know him a bit. I can't wait to settle on a song that he'll sing on the Couch Riffs. And yeah, again, just as pleased as a pig and shit. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did, because I loved it. Now, if you are enjoying, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Couch Riffs. How'd I come up with that? I don't know. I'm just a genius. Thank you to everyone who supports the podcast already. You guys are the fucking best, right? Also, thank you to River City Guitars. RiverCityGuitars.com, at River City Guitars on social. Really great little shop in Spokane, Washington. Every day is a buying day there. Hit them up. You got something that's collecting dust or whatever. 509-818-7693 or sales.rivercityguitars@gmail.com. Every day is a buying day. It's nice to have a little cash, a little scratch in your pocket. Maybe you've got a project you've been putting off. Maybe, your instrument, if it's not getting played, should be getting played by someone. Don't be stingy, you know. They're the best. I said so. Now, don't forget the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and don't be a dick. Please, don't be a dick. Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can.
I can hear you.
Okay. Am I too loud?
No, you know what? You're perfectly loud.
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Good.
This is great.
It is great.
We met virtually last week.
Sort of met, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
How are you liking the snow?
I don't like it.
I've been out there all day.
Really?
Yeah, shoveling and...
You like it, or you're just taking care of the sidewalk?
A little bit of both, yeah.
The bit... So I try to not read up on people too much, but I saw that you're from Asheville.
Yeah.
What a nice place.
I never knew until I left.
Right. I imagine it probably changed some.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Going back, it's like, everything is different. Every block has a different, there's a subway here now instead of you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so many more people are moving there.
By the time I went there, there was like a specialty chocolate place and, a dozen microbreweries. And I don't know if that was always the vibe, but
the microbreweries weren't there. I mean, as much as there are now, but when you went there, was it for a tour?
No, I was there for work twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not music work, non-music.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Because the big music venue there now is called, I believe, the Orange Peel.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, there was no Orange Peel. There was this place called Be Here Now.
That's
kind of down. Yeah, Be Here Now. And I saw a lot of cool, growing up there, high school. So we saw a lot of cool bands there at the Be Here Now.
What kind of stuff did you see there? What were you in high school? What were you going to check out? Because apparently it was all ages.
Yeah.
Or you had a fake ID.
No. It was all ages. Let's see. The first Hansel und Gretel was this German kind of industrial band that we were really into. Yeah. I think we saw God Lives Underwater. I saw Ani DeFranco like 4 or 5 times.
I saw her.
Yeah. She's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Righteous babe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, what a place. What a place that is. Again, it's always, some people probably say where I grew up is beautiful. It is. But also, I had preteen and teen year, emotional baggage with it.
Sure.
You attach that stuff to wherever you're from, right?
Right. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a town called Granite Falls, Washington. Tiny, tiny place.
Okay.
I graduated with 52 other kids.
Where Washington State? Where?
Yeah.
What's the closest town I would know? Like Spokane?
No,
Seattle.
We were an hour north east of Seattle, so right at the base of the mountain range, at the foothills of Mount Pilchuck.
So close to Vancouver.
Between Seattle and Vancouver, but closer to Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that area up there.
You may have done the Everett Convention Center or the Everett Collis Arena.
In Seattle?
No, well, it's north of Seattle. A lot of stuff goes through there.
We've done the Key Arena, and then the Tacoma
Dome,
the big Tacoma Dome, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we may have done the Everett, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're up there. That's where we would go to grocery shop 40 minutes.
Right.
Over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was out there, man. It was out there.
Yeah. And you rode your horse in to grocery shop?
No, we had a goat drawn.
Goat. Yeah.
Cart. Yeah. We couldn't afford a mule.
Yeah.
It was a tough goat. That was a mountain goat.
Yeah. Mountain goat for sure.
So you scooted out of there ASAP after you got out of high school?
Yeah. I went to college in Salisbury, Catawba College. And
that's Connecticut?
No, that's North Carolina. Salisbury, North Carolina.
That's where the steak is from.
Salisbury Steaks. Yeah. I was actually in a band that for one night, we called ourselves the Salisbury Steaks.
Yeah.
STAKES.
Stakes is high.
Clever. Yeah. Yeah. And then after there, I went to Tennessee for a while, like Knoxville, and then Crossville.
What are you doing in Knoxville?
Well, we were doing theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about your school experience, your college experience.
Okay. Yeah, I was. I wanted to be I wanted to do like musical theater.
Seems like it worked out pretty well.
Well, sort of, minus the dancing. But no, I wanted to do like Hair and Godspell and Les Mis, and like, because I saw Rent at just the right age. Rent the musical, like right when it came out, and I was like, oh, dude, I want to do this. Because I had this voice. And I love to act. So they had like a BFA program. So I have my BFA in musical theater. Haven't really used it that much since like 2007, since I joined TSO. But yeah, it's just my path kind of shifted.
So how much time passed between graduating school? You went from school to Knoxville?
Yeah, school to Knoxville, Crossville first, and then I was back and forth between Knoxville and Crossville, Tennessee.
Oh, so what was going on there? What were you working on? What was
the Cumberland County Playhouse? We were doing a show called the Sanders Family, Smoke on the Mountain, and it was about a family of musicians, kind of like the Partridge Family, or the more like like an old timey Appalachian family that went around to church revivals, and they all played their own instruments and swapped out instruments.
Would that be like the Carter family?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sounds
Nice.
amazing.
Nice Candlemass t-shirt, by the way. I just noticed that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. You know Mott's?
Speaking of musical theater,
Right? Yeah, they're really closely related, huh? Metal and musical theater.
Oh yeah, are you kidding? Especially
if you think about it.
Black metal and all of that sort of stuff. It's
well,
just
yeah,
the drama and yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, just the expressive stuff, which I always liked too, like the expressive metal. And
are you into adventure metal?
no, what is that?
You know, it's like the
choose your,
you know, like the stuff that sprouted from Saxon, not Saxon necessarily.
Oh, okay.
That you know, like Blind Guardian is adventure metal, and
oh, okay, yeah, not too much.
Yeah, get a lot of galloping. You know,
yeah, yeah. I mean, what's the one with? Oh yeah, Iron Maiden. What's the one where they're like they sing about like tanks all the time?
Tanks.
Come on, you got to know this.
Well, I don't
it's
know.
Like the guy's got like he's like bald and he's got like this chin thing here. I forgot. And every song is about tanks and warfare, not Man of War, like later.
I don't know. Man.
Somebody listening is gonna know what I'm talking about.
Someone is screaming at their speakers.
Yeah, dude, it's this. Yeah, I can't remember.
This thing about tanks, that's their specialty. That's their niche.
Well, I always the joke with these guys is it's about tanks. They're like German, or they're pretty huge too. Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter.
The band that like made the porno music video and does back.
Oh, that's Rammstein.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah, we actually we used their performance venue, the Box, when we were in Berlin with Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I was just like, oh yeah, Rammstein, this is cool. You know, they are incredible.
They have a venue.
It's like a little SIR. It's like a rehearsal studio.
Yeah.
It's called the Box. Yeah.
The Box. How do you say that in German?
Das Box.
Yes.
or I don't know. Das Box.
Do you love the road signs? And like the thing I love about the German language is I can't understand anything that anyone's saying, but if you look at a menu or something, like a lot of the words are kind of similar.
Yeah.
But it just has like Exen at the end or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rad.
I see what you're saying. It's easier to read it than to hear it. If you see it spelled out, you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Which is kind of how I feel about Spanish. I can read Spanish, but when someone starts speaking Spanish to me really fast, like I'm totally lost.
Más despacio, por favor.
Yeah, see.
Please slow down, please. I love the metal for sure. We saw a lot, you know, when I toured, we did a lot of festivals, and we saw a lot of bands that I didn't know anything about. A lot of the big, like, dramatic black metal bands and stuff. And it's incredible. And all the songs, they start just the same, like there's a great big drum riser with a ladder well, and the singer goes to the top, and the song starts, and he walks down as it's it's theater. It's incredible. And every time people went wild, every single fucking time. As if they didn't know it was going to happen. It was
that's their thing, man. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. What's the one where so it's like I should know this, but it's a black metal band, but they have like a full symphony.
Oh, I don't know this.
But it's like the battle rages on and on. Ba, 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 ba.
Here's the thing.
Anyway.
I like the idea of black metal a lot more than I like black metal.
I'm with you there.
Most of it really sounds terrible.
It sounds like they recorded it on their boombox. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But that's the thing. Like that's true black. You know?
I mean, look, anyone that's ever launched a product knows that you have to spin a yarn,
right?
You know, to have a pitch, right? And
true. Yeah.
I just think that I don't know. I just think that if they had the means to make better sounding recordings in the beginning, they would have.
True. Well, what about early punk? You know, what wasn't early punk supposed to sound kind of garbage?
No. I mean, the Ramones never sounded garbage. The Ramones sounded better than Kiss.
Okay.
One of the greatest theater bands of all time.
Okay. In your opinion. Okay.
And the Sex Pistols album sounds incredible.
Okay.
And the Clash always sounded good. But do you mean different punk? Do you mean like?
Well, I guess maybe I do, because you seem to have got me there. But
maybe you mean like the hardcore stuff.
Hardcore, yeah, like Verbal Assault and
I think
and all that, like
have access,
homegrown stuff. Yeah.
I think a lot of folks just didn't have access to, you know, as those bands grew up and they became like post-hardcore, whatever, they slowed down, you know, all the East Coast hardcore slowed down, like they made great sounding records.
Right.
You know, some of them even stand up to this day, sound good.
Sure. Yeah.
You know? With a big gated snare or whatever.
So don't you love a big gated snare?
I actually kind of do, but I also kind of don't.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
If it serves the song.
If I'm on a road trip, yeah, give it to me.
Oh, dude, blast it.
But if I'm cleaning the house on a Sunday, maybe not.
No gated snare.
Probably take some Neil Young or something over that.
Yeah, there you go. A man needs a maid.
Yeah, dude, for real. So you see Rent when you're what are you, like 13?
13, whenever it came out. I don't remember, but yeah. So like 13, 14.
And you're just like, fuck yeah. This is
well, the lead actor in that, I forget his name now, but he had like a really raspy voice, and he was singing musical theater like rock. And I was like, you can do that? I mean, I knew about Jesus Christ Superstar, but like that one, just seeing it, that was the first like musical I ever saw. And I was up here in New York on a, you know, with the high school trip. And I was just like, dude, this is awesome. And the whole class was blown away, you know? And so I was like, all right, I think this is what, see, I'm always changing my mind, always.
Me too.
But at that point I was like, this is what I want to do, you know? And so that set me on the trajectory to go to college for it.
Did anyone else from that trip have the same experience and pursue musical theater in the same way?
Well, yeah, a few of them. One of my friends on that trip I think his name was Chris Chalk. And yes, the Chris Chalk. He's an actor now. I don't know if you look him up. He's in a lot of good stuff. I recently saw him in something really good, but he's very, very successful as an actor now.
Amazing.
But yeah. But there was a few of us at that trip alone. We were like, ooh, we want to do this. Yeah,
that's crazy. Were you guys a crew or were you guys super competitive?
Oh no, we were super a crew.
Yeah,
we would come over to each other's house if we had we were in rehearsed lines and just run them all the time. Or like if you'd see each other in the hallway and you had a scene with somebody, you just start saying the lines and try to make it real together. Oh yeah, it was a team. You know,
I never had an experience like that in school.
Well, that's how you make the show better.
Uh, if I ran into someone in the hallway, they would like
Yeah.
smack me in the nuts. It sucked.
Oh, you were a nerd?
It was like that kind of thing.
Ah. That sounds horrible.
No, it wasn't like a pick on you thing. It was like one of those dude things. It was
Oh,
like,
I got you.
yeah, like
Slap you with the towel.
ass slapping,
Yeah.
like locker room
Yeah.
thing.
Gotcha.
Ugh, I hated that.
Yeah.
This
I
thing,
would have hated getting smacked in the nuts too.
it's terrible.
Yeah, I bet.
Uh, all right. So you end up in Tennessee, and you're doing this.
Mhm.
You're doing the musical
Rep-
family thing.
Yeah, repertory shows and stuff.
Yeah. Did you? Was there? How does that work? Like, do you go into? I've never talked to anyone who's involved in theater.
Okay.
If you can believe it. Well, that's not true. There's what is the school in Seattle? Cornish. I know a lot of people that went to Cornish.
Right.
But do you audition for like a season thing, or is it like you sign on and you're doing multiple productions or
multiple? Yeah. So it was pretty much a season. So we do repertoire. So I would be in this show, right, as like the lead, right? And then we would, as the show was mounted, we would start during the day rehearsing the other one, and then the other guy would be the lead, and like I would be like, like a smaller part. And so you're always doing your show, and then kind of your easy night off, you're still doing a show, but you have a minor role.
right?
You know what I mean? And you're kind of overlapping, rehearsing the next show while performing at night, the show before, And so I stayed in Tennessee doing that for, I think, 3 seasons.
How long is this season?
Like pretty much 9 months, and then you go home for the holidays and everything. But like there were people there that I think are still there, because you just do it.
Yeah.
And they're like the stars of this area.
So you did 3 seasons,
right?
Which is like 3 years,
basically 3 years. Yeah.
And you were like, this is obviously you liked it enough to stick around for 3, but you were like, time for me to move on.
Well, the girl that I was dating, had moved up to New York City, to Astoria, to this apartment I'm in.
Really?
And and I was like, oh man, I miss this girl. And so I was like, you know what? If I don't do it now, I'm never going to move to the city. So I followed her up. We're not together anymore. This is an ex, but I did keep the apartment, and this is the only apartment I've had since 2005.
You've been in the same place the whole time
since 2005. Yeah,
that's nuts. That's an uncommon.
It's even crazier. I haven't had a car since 2005.
Really?
Just haven't owned one. Yeah.
My wife moved to New York in 2009, and she's never had a car.
See, she knows.
She does know.
Yeah.
She does know. I regretted having a car when I lived in Brooklyn. It was terrible choice.
And you had to move it like for sweeping,
cleaning and all that.
It's the worst.
The worst.
Or you could just sit in the car and wait for the guy to come up with the car on.
But then, the person, the person comes around and will give you a ticket if you're just sitting in there running your car or whatever, charging your phone, looking at Instagram, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know.
But no car. You're just training it and using you were using the car service until 6 years ago. You started using Lyft. What was your favorite car service? Yeah, everyone has a favorite.
Uber.
No, before then, you weren't using Uber in 2005.
Oh, I see what you're asking. It was called Olympic
car service.
Olympic. Yeah. It's a black car. Yeah.
Do you ever wonder if they're still in business?
They are.
They are. Good for them, man.
Yeah. The car services like Lyft and Uber, they really took a hit on these guys, but they kind of made it more fancy. Like, and you show up, and the experience now is you're paying, the same thing, but I do believe that the people who work at some of these black car, they also can moonlight for Lyft or whatever.
Right.
I don't know all the rules, but that's what someone told me.
You got to cover your bases, man.
Why not?
Hustle. You gotta hustle.
Make that money. Make that cash.
You gotta. Amazing. So so 2005. What happens when you get to New York? This is the full realization of high school dream at this point, right?
Yeah, it was scary. I came here, I had $200, and I was staying with my girlfriend and her roommate. And I was like, oh, I'll just move to New York, and I'll just find a waiting job. That's how I was thinking back then. Like, oh, it'll work out. Like, I would never do that now.
Right.
Like, I got $200. This is great.
Right. Well, how old were you?
I'm 42 now. I'm gonna be 42 on Saturday. So whatever that math is.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
So but so in 2005, you're 15 years ago, you're 26 or whatever. I think I've moved with less money than that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's still scary though.
Yeah, sure, but you knew you weren't going to be homeless.
Well, not for a month. So anyway, I get here and I'm like, oh, I'll just get a waiting job, right? But then I find out that to get a job waiting tables in New York, they always want you to have 1 year experience in New York. And so I was like, oh no. And then I ran into my buddy, Tom, and he goes, dude, just lie. He was like, just make up a restaurant, because restaurants come and go.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, oh, dude. And so I lied. And then I got a gig waiting tables. I was working at a place called Maison on around the 50th and 7th area, or 53rd. It was. Do you remember the like? It was a French cafe with a big red umbrella that would expand and then come down like right up there, right above Times Square.
Oh, I didn't get up there very much.
Yeah. Why would you want to go to Times Square?
It's a it's a different story these days, but it's so hectic, man.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I did go up there to see King Diamond.
Oh yeah. Oh, where did you see King Diamond?
At the Nokia Theater.
At the Nokia. I've seen a lot of shows there.
Yeah.
How was King? He's great, right?
Oh fuck, so good.
Yeah.
He's the king.
Talk about theater.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you're at Maison and you're like, yeah, I've waited for sure. Of course. And how'd that go?
It went good. I jumped around different restaurants, and then I worked at like this place called Dos Caminos, which is a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, that's down. They've got a couple of them. Yeah. Is there a couple?
Oh, you know that one. Yeah.
I know that place.
I think there's 3 of them now. Yeah. There used to be one down in the Village. There was one on 50th and 3rd.
Yeah.
That's the one I worked at.
Uh-huh.
For a long time. Yeah. And then there's another one somewhere. And then I met this lady, and she gave me, we were talking. She liked my hair, asked if I could sing and all this stuff. It gave me her card, and then was like, call me. And then so my girlfriend at the time, the next day, I'd set up a meeting to go meet some mystery guy, and I didn't want to go. I was tired. And my girlfriend Sarah at the time, she was like, dude, just go.
Yeah.
And I did, and that's when I met Paul O'Neill and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and boom, 2007, I went on tour.
Boom, just like that?
It's like that.
And so Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So in that 2 years, did you audition for other roles?
Musicals? Yeah, and I did. I did a few.
You did work during that 2 years.
Yeah, like I did like an off-Broadway punk rock musical retelling of Taming of the Shrew or something like that.
That's
And
incredible.
It was fun.
I'm
It
sorry,
was fun.
I missed that.
It was called Love Sucks. Yeah. But we played our own instruments. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It was super fun. And I think I did a production of Jesus Christ Superstar in like Naples, Florida, or something, but always come back.
So in 2 years of just sort of like hustling, waiting tables and doing some gigs here and there, all of a sudden did the TSO gig exist before that? I don't know when it started.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It started way before that. I think the first album was in 97. And then the first tour was, I hope they're not listening, but I believe it was like 99 or 2000. So by that time they were already out of the theaters and into the arenas.
Insane.
Yeah.
What a production. What an ambitious thing to pursue.
Yeah.
So you said to meet a mystery person. Did you really not know what was going on?
No.
You just like someone slipped a note under your door and it said, "Meet me at 4 p.m."
Yeah. And bring the briefcase.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's
like, this sounds like bullshit.
Yeah. I had heard the name. I had heard the name Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I just didn't put it together because I was so busy doing my own thing. Yeah. And then I got in there and I was like, oh my gosh, this is that band I remember listening to coming home from midnight mass with my parents. I was like, oh my gosh, cool. And then I got so excited. I was like, oh, I have to get this now, But honestly, going in, I just wasn't thinking,
Right. And so what is this meeting like? Is it like you meet at a restaurant or you meet at
no.
We audition?
We met at a SIR.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of talked and then learned this song, sing this song. Okay, cool. Come back. We're going to sing it again in a couple of days. So I went back to my, job at Dos Caminos, come back a few more days, meeting Paul and Neil, blah, 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 blah. Then they fly me down to Tampa, Florida, to go to Morris Sound Studios. And this is actually a funny story. So I go in and I'm going to be meeting some people in the band. I didn't know one was named Al Petrelli. And growing up, one of my favorite bands is Megadeth.
Yeah.
Like Megadeth, dude.
Yeah.
Megadeth.
Not just death.
Like, just death. But I was a Megadeth fan.
Yeah.
So anyway, he had been the guitarist after Marty left. And then he left and whatever. But like it was around this time he had left Megadeth and come back. And so I was just waiting around, in the common room of Morris Sound Studios in Tampa, and they had Guitar Hero. And so I hook it up. I'm like, let's see what they got here. Guitar Hero with the buttons.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Yeah. So I hit, oh, Holy Wars. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So I'm in there rocking out with a plastic guitar, throwing my hair around. And I feel, yeah.
Are you in full spaz mode?
No. I kind of spaz mode. Yeah. No, I'm like just loving it, laughing. And I see this presence come next to me and this look. And I'm like playing and I'm like, I know that dude. Oh, damn. That's Al Petrelli from Megadeth. so that's how
pointers.
No, yeah. It was funny, man. Like we laugh about it now.
Be like,
It
let's go toe
was
to
just
toe,
fun.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I'll play my guitar. You play that plastic toy.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And so that's how you met him.
yeah, yeah. I was slightly embarrassed.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I can imagine. How did
but
the session go though?
it went good. I got the gig.
I'm there you go. I mean, if you meet someone and you show your ass that much, where you're like, it's almost like what can happen after that you're gonna
Oh yeah,
you're not gonna be very shy after that, right?
yeah.
You've already
Everything good that's come to me is just because I'm just normally goofy. I'm just a goofy dude. I can't get away from it, you know. So this, if I just roll with it, you know, things work out better than if I try to be cool.
right.
So
Being cool has never worked for me.
I don't think being cool is cool.
Not really. Not really very cool at all. The other thing when I want to talk some more, I want to learn some more about the TSO gig and in your first tour. But speaking of not cool, I was a huge fan of Idiot Flesh, and I saw when I was
yeah,
scrolling through your Instagram feed, you had used you had used your
Sleepy Time Gorilla
Sleepy
Music.
Time, yeah. And I never saw Sleepy Time, but man, I saw Idiot Flesh, you know, 8 or 10 times back in the day, and they were incredible.
Say hi. Hey, wait. Go
Hi.
on these. Is it okay if she says hi?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, here. Can you hear? There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, sorry, I was just sneaking in to steal a pair of socks.
Oh, good.
I'll leave you guys to it.
Okay, we're talking about Idiot Flesh.
Oh, nice.
The best.
The best.
Okay.
Well, I'm still more Sleepy Time Gorilla Music. All right, bye.
Bye, Pia. I love that girl. Okay, so Mike, when you saw Idiot Flesh, were they wearing the giant costumes?
Yeah, it was incredible. And
how did they play in that?
They traveled in their own bus. They had a bus, and they actually pulled the bus up to my house and came over and had breakfast.
Get out.
It was it was insane.
How do you pronounce Nils' last name?
I do not know.
He's like Scandi, right? Like Scandinavian.
I mean, I think they're from the Bay Area. I don't think he's from there.
His last name is like well, Pia would know. Well, Pia is Erikainen. She's Finnish, and she pronounced it for me. His last name, anyway. So how cool was that? You got to see Idiot Flesh.
Oh, it was amazing. The first time I saw them, I was just like, this is it. This is it. Like, this is it. They had all the weird homemade instruments and, you know, like this weird industrial art metal, you know, that rarely straightened out. Sometimes it's straightened out, but, you know, just like all that garbage can percussion and just and everyone played their ass off.
Yeah.
It was life-changing to see. And it was very, you know, interactive, experiential live music experience. You know, it was like they got you involved. They were in the crowd. They were
in the audience.
Yeah. And they had, all the weird big costumes and the big hats and like it was crazy. The first time I saw them, I was just overwhelmed, and I was like, this is it. And every time they came through town, I would bring friends, like, you got to see these guys.
Gotta see these guys.
Some people jumped right in and they were like, yeah, that's amazing. This is the best. And some people were like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. It's usually that way too, especially if it's something outlandish.
Oh, dude.
You know, you're like, hey, dude, you got to see this. They either love it or like, okay.
Right.
Whatever.
Another one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun. I remember my favorite song is Teen Devil Worshipper Jonathan Cantero's list of activities for the 12th of October. Right?
Good. Cut off the
left. Go to school. Go directly to mom. Dude, what a song.
It was I mean, I think that was a true story, right?
I think, yeah. I think you
They
might
had
be
this
right.
whole mythology built around their band as well. This like fictional like black math and some mathematician philosopher. I think he was imaginary. I think he was not real.
Yeah.
But fictional, I think, is what people say.
Black math.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like this whole, almost a religion, but not really. It was, I don't know. They were a trip. They were crazy.
So after that, became Sleepy Time. Gorilla Museum.
And then there was and some of the other people formed Charming Hostess, I think.
Right.
And it was all.
And after. Go ahead.
Oh, it was all very art music. It was not like, no one was like, all right, well, I paid my dues. Now I'm gonna start a pop punk band or whatever.
Right.
They were like, no, it's not what we do. I wonder, I don't know, are they still active? Do you know?
The Sleepy Time?
Yeah.
I believe that I don't think they are.
Yeah.
I think their last album was called The Companions, and they had talked about doing another one, but I think that Nils, the singer, God, I love that dude, his voice, was in a band called Fawn Fables, and they were more like acoustic kind of fairyish music, but no, I don't think they're still around. But boy, I wish they would come back.
Yeah,
I would go see that.
Yeah, dude,
they're
I'd
great.
like an Idiot Flesh reunion, but it's
oh really?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's life changing. It's so incredible. It's like, why
right.
aren't there more things like this in the world? The world would be a way better place.
What do you think? Do you like Swans?
I haven't been able to make it through the documentary. I keep falling asleep.
Because it's like 8 hours long. Well, it's like 3.
But it's just like, I put it on late at night when I'm scrolling, and then I'm just like, oh God, I just fucking can't stay awake.
Yeah, but, it's kind of repetitive.
But yeah, I like Swans.
I love Swans. The newer iteration of Swans, when they came back really big time, like in 2013 or whatever. And dude, I couldn't get enough. Just so loud and so odd, and it almost felt like you were in church.
There's a guy that I think still is a guitar player in that band. Who played a gig at my friend's restaurant. Just like in the corner. He was just like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to play guitar at your restaurant.
Well,
like, fuck yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Just like while people are eating.
Yeah.
Bar, restaurant, no stage.
No one's really listening. Yeah. They kind of tune in. I mean, I've done gigs like that where you just sit there and just noodle around.
Oh, I've done plenty of gigs where people weren't paying attention.
Yeah. Me too.
I've built a career on it, man.
Oh no, come on.
So you have this great, let's get back on point here. So you have this I'll just assume that it went great. You got the gig. Audition. Yeah. Were you guys actually tracking for a record at that point?
They're always tracking for a record.
So,
but I wasn't really involved. We were getting ready for the tour.
Yeah.
For the winter tour of 2007. Yeah. And dude, I was so nervous. Like I had never ever been in front of so many people and I sang the very first song in the show. The opening. Well, we had the opening riff, and then the first vocal was me, and my heart was pounding out of my chest. They were like, we were in Lakeland, Florida, and there were like 15, 16 or 1,000 people possibly, and I was spinning, dude. Like I can't. Oh, what if I mess up? Like, and I kept forgetting the first line. I was like, ah, and then this dude comes up to me, one of the singers, and he goes, "Hey, you know that nervousness you're feeling right now, that anxiety and all that, take it and use it, man, because that makes you feel like you're alive." And he said that to me, and I was like, oh, okay, let's do this. And then I got on stage and I was really shaky. And then as soon as I said the first line, boom, I was in it.
What a treat it is to have someone like that to sort of like guide you up onto stage for your first gig.
Yeah. And the thing is, he was a singer too, and that's the good thing about Trans-Siberian Orchestra is like they all help you. We all help each other. Like we're not good unless every single person is good.
Right.
So yeah.
What a crazy bunch of pressure though.
Dude, it really was. I was scared shitless.
I mean, in a matter of 2 years, you went from the Carter family musical thing in Tennessee to
to a house of 250 to arenas. Yeah.
Which is great. But
it was great, but it was scary, dude. Scary.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the one cool thing, I always wonder, like, what is the production like? I mean, a production like that, it's not like you guys aren't loading in gear. You're doing a residency at a place, or is it touring like day to day?
Are we talking about the
TSO? I guess when they were in theaters, they would stay for a few days, right?
I'm not really sure, but I think they would every night you finish the show, take down and go to the next show. Just hard work on the crew. Yeah.
Right. So everything, you walk in and it's built. I mean, everything is built, and I guess you had the opportunity to rehearse. Yeah.
Full
production rehearsal. It wasn't like they were like, all right, kid, get out
there.
Right.
Sure. So we rehearse, like in a small sound stage, right? And then we would fly to the arena, and there would be no one there. But then you would see all of the stuff like, wow, okay, holy, this is big. You don't really understand until you're there. And then you rehearse the show, but it's just a big arena, empty. Right. And then opening night comes, and you hear the chatter of all those people.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God. Yeah. Woo. And I still get stage fright, dude. I get stage fright every single show, usually a little bit. Stage fright. Yeah, a tinge.
I never get stage fright anymore. I get excited. Like a resource, but the one weird thing that I do, this is a little PG-13. I poop every night, right? Like and it doesn't matter when set time is. It doesn't matter when set time is. It could be set time could be at 3 at a festival in the afternoon, or it could be at midnight, and I could have not eaten anything all day, and I could have eaten a spaghetti dinner an hour before. It doesn't matter. Within 10 minutes of walking on stage, if you see me on stage, know that I just pooped.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Somehow I understand that.
It's like
because you get excited, and then your bowels start moving, and then it's time to flush.
Evacuate.
Yeah. Have you ever been somewhere where there wasn't a toilet, or
not an option?
And you had to
always suss it out. There have been times when at festivals where I'm like, all right, I know that this is going to happen, so I can't be like side of stage
in a trash can.
I can't line check or anything. Like I gotta be, you have to like go over to where the the John is, and then have someone like cruise you over on a golf cart or whatever.
Right.
But usually there's outhouses right by the stage, which is gross, but that's the
Yeah.
festival life, right?
Yeah, but if you got to do it,
Nature calls, they say.
Yeah.
So how did the first gig go? Like you get this amazing piece of advice, and then
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, it went well. Yeah, it went great.
like
I
halfway through, was there one of those lightning strikes moments where you're like, yes, I am
exactly.
doing it.
Yeah, yeah, there was halfway through the set or through the song. Yeah,
Song.
yeah, through the song. Oh yeah, I was so nervous right before I stepped up to the mic and said the first line. And it was a dumb fear because I was like, what if I don't remember the first line? But the first line was the name of the song, So that happened. So cool. We got the first line out of the way. And now we're singing. I was like, oh, I can do this. Boom, I got this. And then there was that like, yeah, at the end, like, and it was just a rush. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to do this tomorrow night.
How fucking awesome is it?
Yeah. It's fun to perform,
Oh, dude. There's nothing that I enjoy more.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of things.
Besides pooping.
I mean, I enjoy it more than that. It's just one of those. It's a benefit of performing. And so were there any funny missteps on that first tour? Because you were green. This is your first big tour.
I kind of just like shut up and just watched the people who've been doing it for a long time, just followed their, just, I kind of sat in the back,
Yeah.
And I mean, not as in the back of the bus. I just kind of like, just was a little quiet and just tried to fit in and do my thing, but no real missteps.
Nothing.
Yeah,
no, you never made a mistake. Were you guys using in-ears back then?
No.
You are now, I bet.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Everyone.
I mean, I've made mistakes now, like in the past, of course, but
right.
But I was just so, like Dad said, on like, just stay out of the way, stay in your lane, do your song, go to bed, don't get in trouble,
Have you maintained the same role in the production through this entire time?
It's moved around, because we changed the stories, the albums. So usually I was the first guy out to open the show, and then lately, I guess the past few years, I've also been doing a song in the second half of the show, which has been like a Sabotage cover, because those guys are from the band Sabotage.
Right.
So I did the song Chance by Sabotage, the Hourglass I sang, Sabotage, and Handful of Rain I got to do this year. That was really fun. So yeah, it's kind of just morphed around, and they let me start playing like a little bit of rhythm guitar here and there, so I get to go up there with my guitar and play. So yeah, it's kind of morphed into
more and more
stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what would you would just sing one song when you first went out?
Well, two.
That is a crazy gig.
Yeah.
That's a crazy gig. That's like being a saxophonist in the Killers or something.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
Well,
now I'm go back to
the show. So going back to my theater, the show itself is kind of set up like a theater show, like not like blah 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 blah, but there are characters that come out and sing. So there's like the angel character, there's the father character, there's a narrator, and so whenever that character's song comes up in the on the album, that person will come out and sing. I mean,
is there a thread between all of the albums?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. It's like a continuing story.
Yeah. So
you have the same
they're
character
all
role?
oh no, not quite like that, but they're all they all have the same message, and it all surrounds about hope and Christmas and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So anyway, we don't need to talk about TSO anymore.
No, it's like it's fascinating to me, and it's such a crazy gig. And I mean, when do you guys start rehearsing? Because
Usually
the window of
October.
opportunity to perform that music in particular is a
Yeah.
short window, but
Yeah.
it's
October
fascinating.
usually October, and then we're up like November, and then we're down usually by or a little bit after New Year's.
And how many gigs do you guys do in that? Like every night,
Well,
or do you have a night off?
well, sometimes we do two shows a day, a matinee and then a night, and then a matinee and a night, matinee and night, day off. Yeah. So that's why they spread the
Right.
the vocals around, just so you're not burnt out.
So is that standard 3 on 1 off 3 on?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. I mean, I wish I had a program around here or my tour book, but yeah, it just depends. Especially when we get closer to Christmas, sometimes we'll do two show, one show, or one show, two. Like, and then by the end, you're just like, oh, like, but.
And how close up to are you guys performing on Christmas Eve? Like that?
We have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, but so the day before.
Do you fly home, or
Nope.
is it
Nope.
too tight?
Nope.
Oh.
Actually, this year was the first year I got to go home for Christmas because well,
Right.
the COVID. So that was my first year home for Christmas since 06, I guess, which was lovely and weird.
Right.
I
mean, that's
you guys, my family.
How, God. So I mean, even if there were 3 days, it seems like it would be kind of risky if you had days, like if you had one more week of shows to get on a plane, because there's such a risk, even pre-COVID, of getting sick. And you get sick, you get a cold, you get flu, you whatever.
Or the plane gets delayed.
Right.
Or there's a snowstorm like what's happening with us right now. Yeah. It's we don't do that.
Well, I mean, obviously we're talking pre-COVID, but we would roll on tour. I learned this from Duff years and years ago. He's like, "Oh yeah, always hand sanitizer." He's been the king of hand sanny.
King of hand sanny.
King hand sanny.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you do the meet and greets and you're talking to people.
Oh yeah.
Shaking hands, and he's just like, he was very prone to getting sick, and he definitely didn't want any of us to get sick because, touring, you're in tight quarters, right? It's like a submarine crew.
If one person gets sick, somebody else is gonna get sick. Yeah.
Probably everybody.
Yeah.
Did you guys have I mean, how many buses were you rolling? How many people are in this production?
It's like upwards of 98 with the crew and catering and production managers and band. See, there's like how many?
There's not a junk bunk on the bus. It's just like
there is.
Oh, there is?
Well, sometimes the back lounge is the junk bunk.
Oh wow,
that's bags everywhere. Yeah.
Right. Wow. 98.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, sometimes like I think I counted 101 one time. Yeah, it's big.
That's a lot of folks.
Yeah. Good luck remembering all their names.
Right.
Because I'm so bad at names to begin with.
How often have you been able to be the person to pass now? Because now you are you've been around.
I've been there for a
long time. You've been there since 2007, so that's 14 years. That's a long ass time. I've never had a job for I've never done anything but play music for 14 years.
Yeah.
And I've never, well, I guess I've been in one band for that long, but That's insane. Have you
Well,
been able to pass on that advice to someone who has come along as a noob?
oh, sure, sure, yeah. Or it's just different advice, you know. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. But I'm not like, hey, here's what you need to do. Like I'm a really down to earth guy, you know, like um some people hate my guts and I can't figure it out why, but most people like I, I'm genuine with, or they're genuine with me and everything. But oh yeah, of course. Like, hey, do this, blah 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 blah. It'll work out better. Oh, you shouldn't go out and drink. Like, just go to bed and you're gonna sound better tomorrow.
Right.
You know.
Take it easy because you have
you
two
know,
gigs tomorrow.
2 gigs tomorrow. Yeah, you know, the little things. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I retired a while ago.
Mhm.
I'm long retired from that. I had doesn't agree with me very well.
Yeah. Well, I keep retiring and then I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll have, one, and then same old thing, dude. You know, like I'm like 2 days later, I'm like, oh God, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Not when I'm on tour, but when I'm off
Yeah.
tour, like,
Well, it's easy to
but
imagine.
you like just went cold turkey, right?
Yeah, many times, but this time,
Yeah. I guess I'm still on the many times, many times, many times. Yeah.
it's when I moved to New York, I thought to myself, I'm married, I have a gig, I got this job, I'm happy, everything's cool. If I'm happy in life, I should probably be able to drink, right? Surely that was my problem.
No. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the
It wasn't.
problem was
Yeah.
I'm just an
Yeah.
asshole when I drink.
Yeah. I just want more.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same problem. If I stay away, I'm good. You know.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well, yeah. Moderation.
So you come home from that first tour, and it's January 2008, and you're
Mhm.
like, "Fuck, that happened."
Yeah.
Now what do you do? Now you've got 8 months free.
Yeah.
What do you
Then
do?
I went back to theater. I went to where did I go? Indianapolis. Beef and Boards Dinner Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. A house of 200, and they're all eating, and you're doing your show, and it was the same show, Smoke on the Mountain, that I had done before. It's one of those shows, like if you've done it, that they're like, oh, you know how to do that, okay, because it's very like you play the mandolin here, then he plays the bass, and like it's really hard to rehearse. So once you've done that show, if you've done it before, a lot of times you have better odds at getting the show.
So you can play the mandolin, the upright bass, the banjo, and the fiddle?
I No, not the fiddle, but I can get by with the mandolin, the banjo, the bass.
I know three
you
chords.
know,
I'm
you
a,
know.
I,
Yeah.
I'm a
Well,
mandolin owner.
I mean, it's like we're talking about like simple bluegrass, not like Punch Brothers or and it's like just the boom, but 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 the boom, boom, boom. Just like yeah, and I can get by with that, especially for an actor who sings. That right. So yeah, so I would just go back and do theater here. Next tour, go back, do some more theater.
How long were you in Indianapolis? Was that like a
Well, 3 years in a row, in between TSO, I would go and do uh, the Smoke on the Mountain. There's 3 different versions: Smoke on the Mountain, Sanders Family Christmas, which we did in July for some reason, and then and then Smoke on the Mountain Homecoming, they're called. And so yeah, 3 3 summers with them. And then, you know, I started doing other bands later, like one with Chloe Lowry, who's a singer, called Chameleon.
Huh?
Did that with her in between. And then there was kind of like a metal band that I did with Angus Clark from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Daredevil Squardron. So we started working on that stuff too. And then the theater kind of started to slip away, and it was pretty much full-time music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you prefer that?
To be honest, starting a new band and trying to go the distance really, you know what I'm gonna say, right? I like, oh, you put so much heart into it, and you put so much work into it, and you sacrifice and money, and like we need for the EP and everything. And you're so excited that here it comes the release, and then release day, and you know, like 100 people buy the album, or 600.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like, I don't know. So that kind of just got me discouraged. Just like always like, oh, this is awesome, and like really loving your work, and then you just can't get a gig outside of, you know, New York or Jersey, or like no one really cares. You know, like
Starting a band is a young person's game.
exact. Yep. I 100% agree.
It's so hard, and you have to be willing to suffer in a way that no other business really has to suffer. Like you can start a lot of other different kinds of businesses, and you'll suffer and you'll work really hard, but not in the same way, because when you start a band, you still have to have a fucking job. Like
Yeah.
when you start a business, that's your job, you know? But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you start a band from the ground up, you know, you pour everything into it, you write all the songs, you get out, you know, there's so much excitement and creative and emotional momentum behind all of that. And then, you know, meanwhile, you're still hustling and trying to pay your rent, you know?
Right.
It's not like,
That's why you were saying it was a young person's game. Like starting a band when you're young is like, you're 19, 20, you know, 20. Yeah, let's go get in a van. Let's
yeah,
go get in a van and tour, and we'll just like eat Cheetos, and, you know, sleep in parking lots. And
Walmart,
this is gonna be great, and it is great. But I'm almost 42. You know, like
I'm almost 50. I'm not trying to have that
yeah,
adventure anymore.
exactly.
I've had that adventure a lot for years.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, yeah, I'll take a bass gig with a country band. Any gig that pays
Anything.
any
Yeah.
gig that pays $1,200 a week. That sounds
Yeah.
killer. That sounds
Yeah.
great. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. You know what gigs I'm doing now? Usually off is I'm doing construction with my buddy Crazy Seth from New Hampshire.
Do you know what's awesome about construction?
What?
A lot. You go, it's physical work. It's not like you're sitting around all day just like pacing or like eating trail mix or whatever, you know, eating a shitty fucking salami and cheese platter all day, just sweating in the corner. And
I love it.
And then you get, you know, you get your time, you know, your time is a short window. Like it's a ritual, right? And then wash, rinse, repeat. It's just like,
and then at the end, you're like, you step back and go, oh, yeah, I did that.
But construction,
I also like, yeah.
You wake up, you go to work, you do a thing, and you go home and you leave work at work. It's an entirely different experience.
And I really love it. I really do. It's great. It's a great.
It's also good for these things right here, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I do like, especially I my favorite part is like when you just come in smashing things, you know, like demolition.
Yeah.
because he'll be like, all right, smash up all the walls here, blah, blah, blah. And I can just take my headphones and put on the latest, I don't know, Jungle Rot album. Take this and go, boom. Because it's all death metal.
Right.
when I'm
Demoing.
when I'm doing the demo. Oh yeah, dude. Like, let's see what the new Napalm Death sounds like. Hell yeah. Yeah.
How many times have you seen Napalm Death though?
0.
Oh, dude, you got it. That's an experience.
Yeah. I mean, their albums are an experience, but yeah, I haven't seen them.
Woo! That's a good time.
Yeah.
Have you been doing that this year, through the year?
I've been doing that. Yeah. As in COVID year.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. That's how I got through. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. What a fucking year, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I listened to some of your other episodes. And I forget who was saying it. It might have been Bumblefoot. He was saying like, yeah, this year is gonna suck, but I'm gonna figure out something to that I'm gonna remember about this. Something good.
Right.
Am I correct? Did he say something like that?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He had this experience where he was home for the first time during the summer, and he had the studio, and he was actually able to visit it every day, and he noticed that there were berries growing on the along his fence line, and he was just like, what's that? You know, it was like he's discovered there were berries on his fucking property. It was like discovering a gold mine.
Yeah, little things like that.
I worked my ass off this year and just
You did.
Yeah, stayed aware of what was happening in the world and relatively, and just kind of kept my head down, and that's how I've gotten through. It's crazy.
So you've done what? You've done this, and you do the band, the songs, and then
The video,
what else do you
the
do?
podcast. I have a
it's
day job.
Okay.
Where I make iced coffee and we can it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then we also
What's
have
the name of it? Because what's the name of
Crosscut.
this coffee?
You can
Crosscut.
buy it in Astoria and Long
Oh
Island
yeah.
City, and
Here, let me write it down because I'm gonna go check it out.
it's in a red, white, and blue can. There's also a maple.
How patriotic.
Yeah. Well, I was like, the can looks like a throwback, like 1950s beer can.
Gotcha.
And so that's what you want for a 50s.
With the little.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pop top.
Cool, man.
And then there's a CBD version of both of them. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
We just released a CBD ground coffee as well, like in bags. People love drugs, you know that?
But CBD, that doesn't get you high though, right?
No, but people, it doesn't matter.
They associate it with this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, coffee itself is a drug.
That's a fact. Fact. That's my one tie back to the.
How many do you have to have in the morning to get going?
For a while, it used to be a lot. Now I make one Chemex. It's like 2 cups of coffee, and that's it for the day. I almost never have an afternoon coffee.
Yeah, if I have an afternoon coffee, I'm up.
Yeah. Way
past my bedtime.
That's right. Me too. Same, dude.
Dude.
Had you done construction before this year?
Yeah.
You had? Okay.
Yeah, I helped build my house with my dad way back in like 90.
Yeah.
And 91, and it was in my family.
Yeah.
Construction. Okay. I mean, so like
you weren't a stranger to a hammer.
I was, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be like making the plans or anything, but
right.
It's been a part of me.
You can run a saw.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't run a saw. You know that?
Yeah, but because no one's ever showed them how.
Right.
That's all it is.
It's crazy to me when I meet people who like don't know how to hold a wrench or how to use a socket wrench or uh and then I
Yeah,
remember like I just sort of grew up with people using these things all the time because they had things that broke down a lot. And so people,
true.
like had an automotive upbringing.
Yeah.
Uh it's weird. It's probably more uncommon in the musicians world too. And probably really uncommon in the theater world that people do construction, right? Typically they'll wait tables.
When I was in college at Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina, doing my BFA musical theater, every one of us we had to take time to get our performances in and acting and we had to do makeup class, but we also had to do shop class,
Oh,
right? So we would build our own sets, so that's where we learned the saw and this and even painting. And so it was just like, okay, you want to learn about theater, we're going to do all of it, lighting,
oh, that's
everything.
interesting.
Yeah.
What was the most interesting thing you learned about set building that blew your mind? Surely there were things that blew your, because
Oh
it's
yeah.
all like temporary shit that looks, it's built to sustain people's attention and in their imagination that it's this,
Yeah.
the environment.
So lighting was I really was like, wow, like the gobos, the little metal sheet that you put in the light and then oh wow, that can look like leaves. And then you put this green gel in, oh, it is leaves. And that I was like, wow, this is fun. And you, instead of putting a bunch of leaves on a stage, to say, oh hey, we're in a forest, you can do it with lighting. So that to answer your question, that was the thing that I was like, wow, cool.
That the realization that how important lighting was and what an important role it played.
Yeah, and also something so simple as putting a light here and doing this, when you look at it, it makes the mind, like, oh, of course, we're in a forest.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You don't have to build
A forest.
150 wooden trees.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're already made of wood.
That's right.
How ironic is that?
Don't you think?
I try not to. That's cool that was a part of the program.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if a part of a music, a straight music degree was like maintaining your instrument or like working on your van because it's gonna fucking break down and it's gonna break down in Nebraska on the 90 and
Yeah.
you're gonna be bummed.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be a touring musician? You better know how to change a tire.
You better know how to cook a can of beans on the manifold.
I know how to do that. Been there.
Well, I mean, if you're from the Carolinas, you got to know how to cook a can of beans or a can of soup on the manifold. You've been kidding, right?
That's all we got. Yeah. Just kidding. We have houses.
Have you ever backpacked? Do you ever do traveling? You ever do
Dude, all the time.
Really?
All the time. It's all the time. One of my favorite things to do is to get in a car and just drive across the country and go to this national park to this national park and camp. And it's one of my favorites.
It's the best.
So yes. The best. Yeah.
You said that you don't own a car. What do you do? Do you rent a van or rent a wagon or something?
Well, we just take my girlfriend's car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So you gotta get a girl with a car.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Pia.
Man.
I'm gonna be in trouble.
It's a wonderful plan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite road trip?
Okay. Start in LA, go over to the Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
right?
I've never seen
Do
the
the
Grand
Grand
Canyon.
Oh, you got to do that.
No, I know it's.
From the Grand Canyon, go up to Utah,
Oh yeah.
and you're gonna go like to Moab, and you're gonna hit like Canyonlands and Arches. All right. From there, go up and go over to Zion
Mm-hmm.
National Park, and then we'll start shooting up. Where are we now? Colorado. The Rockies. Okay, and then keep going up, and there's parks in between, but then the bomb diggity is Glacier National Park in Montana,
Oh yeah.
right? And then we shoot over to your neck of the woods. What's it called? The Olympic
Yeah.
National Park. Yeah.
Oh, you all the way over there. You hit the 90. You go over the pass. That's a beautiful drive right there. But it's nothing next to the Tetons. Like you cruise next to the Tetons.
Oh,
and
the Tetons. I forgot about the Tetons.
like I'm tiny. Look at those fucking things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good time.
Uh-huh.
I think that when people talk about the beautiful parts of the country, not that many people will bring up Utah, but it's insane.
Dude, Southern Utah.
It's amazing.
It's a different world. Yeah.
And I mean it for sure is another world. We drove through there on tour, van and trailer, through a snowstorm once, and there were like semi trucks like on their side, and we're just like 15 miles an hour up the freeway, just like it was terrifying. Yeah, just
You couldn't see.
Drivers white knuckling, everyone is knuckling, everyone's just like fuck. What about outside of the country?
Big Baja California.
Oh,
so we're talking about Mexico.
Yeah,
the whole peninsula all the way down, like, because you have the Sea of Cortez over here, and the way of life is just so different, just completely different, all the way down to what's at the tip, Cabo.
Yeah,
but not the cool Cabo parts, just like normal Cabo.
Right. Not the not the part of Cabo that wobbles.
Yeah, exactly. No Sammy. Yeah.
I love Sammy though. I just don't want to.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to know his lyrics.
Right. What about that chicken foot? Right.
Yeah, I love Over the Top Rock, and he does Over the Top Rock. But if I listen to the lyrics on a lot of Over the Top Rock, it's just like,
Yeah, I understand.
It's not going to work for me anymore. I'm not 14 anymore.
So what are you saying? You like lyrics like, what did he just say? Like
yeah, did he just?
Yeah, I do too.
Did he just? I mean, although Beating Around the Bush still totally appeals to me,
right?
Like any AC/DC, and for some strange reason, Bon Scott was the fucking Bob Dylan of rock and roll. He was like, he's the poet laureate of rock and roll, and he could say anything. He can be like, I want to play footsies with your Tootsie Wootsie.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, she's got the jack.
Right.
Okay.
It's incredible.
I love Bon Scott.
Oh, you got a kitty up there.
Oh, yeah.
Kitty's in frame.
Have you, I think the kitty's been there. Monkey. Hold on, let me see if I can throw something. This is awful. We call that the up high kitty bucket. Hey, Mom. Okay, that wasn't
like, forget it. Forget it, man.
Is this cat abuse? There. Monkey, hi. I'm gonna leave the cat alone. He's like,
motherfucker, I'll come down there and scratch you up.
for real.
So Baja.
Mhm.
I've done a bit of time in Mexico. I really love it. I could see myself like being
Where have you been in
living out
Mexico?
my golden years as an
Yeah.
expert
Oh yeah.
all over. I'm not much of a beach person,
Yeah,
though.
me neither.
I've done I've been everywhere, really. We went to Mexico City a few years ago, and for the first time, both of us, my wife and I, Christine, and we
Mhm.
loved it. We loved Mexico
Yeah,
City.
it's cool.
Yeah. But I've been all over, man. I've been to Isla Olbash,
Uh-huh.
which Isla Olbash, what year is it? Like 2006. So I hear that it's changed a lot. I imagine it's
Sure.
changed a lot. Isla Mujeres
Oh,
and
beautiful,
all,
beautiful.
all down, toward
Tulum.
Tulum, and I did like 3 weeks on second and third class buses all the way across the country and visited ruins and yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
a fan, man. I
yeah.
love it down there. I just think
I do too.
it's it's the best.
Yeah.
Have you been to South America?
I haven't been to South America.
Dude,
Dude, I know I want to. So tell me.
it's a real good time. And I guess is there I mean, does the TSO have is it just so busy creating new production for the next year that there's like no time to make something that is not holiday oriented
No,
that tour?
they have some albums that are not holiday. They have we have a Beethoven album,
Yeah.
and another one, and we've actually gone and toured Europe off Christmas
Oh, rad.
season. Yeah. So yeah,
And
but
at what the production is similar? Like,
it's a little scaled down,
yeah,
but like it's still awesome.
right.
You
I can't
know.
imagine it not being
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
South America is great. You got to go. I mean, yeah, Argentina, Chile, Brazil. Those are the places that I've been there.
It sounds like a dream to me to just go to just drive, just keep driving all the way down and just, figure out where you're going to stay, and like camp,
That would be a hell
or,
of a road trip.
oh, dude. Yeah. Go all the way down to, okay. So what's on? Oh, here you go. You want to see a cat? Come here.
Whoa.
All right. So this is Kira
Uh-huh.
right here. That's the little one.
Oh, kitty.
And then Monkey's up there. I'm not sure why she came in here. She probably wants to go up into the cat bucket too. Okay. Ow.
Every time I meet a cat, this is a great.
You like that?
Yeah. Hey, hello.
Oh.
Every time I meet a cat, I pick it up. And every owner, every cat partner says, "Oh, Fifi doesn't like to be picked up." And I'm like, yeah, that's what you think. It doesn't like you to pick him up. And I put a cat right on its back and rub its belly, every single one of them. And they love it. They love it. They let me do it.
Yeah. Well, not mine.
Well, that's what they all say.
Just kidding.
When you're the cat king.
Did you grow up with cats or dogs?
When you're the cat king, you can rub them by the belly. They'll let you do it.
Yeah.
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 They'll let you do it.
Did you grow up with cats or dogs?
All kinds of fucking animals, man. I grew up in a trailer with animals coming in and out, and then there were animals on 4 legs even. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. We had all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah, we had birds and cats and dogs and goats.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff.
We had a couple of goats. We brought a calf home from an auction once in the back of the Impala, four-door Impala, like sitting like
Okay.
laid across our laps. Just thankfully it didn't crap.
And you didn't tie its legs together or anything
No,
crazy. No, I
no,
just laid it there. Okay.
and
Yeah.
it just kind of hung out like terrified and just
How humane of you.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think humanity was ever even a consideration. I think they probably didn't have anything to tie its legs up with.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure that the auctioneers, I mean, or it just didn't occur to them that it'd be like, it'll be fine.
Right.
A lot of things happened like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. Uh, tell me about your non-TSO music projects and how you've stayed engaged with them in the last year, because I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah. Well, I had a band with Chloe Lowry is a wonderful singer from Trans-Siberian Orchestra that I met, and we actually dated for a while. So while we were dating, we're like, oh, let's just start a band. So we did a bunch of EPs, and that was fun. More like kind of like rock edge pop
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And she was actually there with me when my dad got brain cancer in 2014, I think. And so we went down, my biological father. So we went down to South Carolina. She came with me, and this kind of helped, while he had a year, And then we wrote a whole EP about him and life and everything like that. And that's called the White EP. But then, as people do later, we separated, went ways, and so that was kind of the end of that band.
Yeah.
And then there's Daredevil Squardron that I did with Angus and Aurelian. Um, I should mention Dennis Leaflang real quick, because that's kind of like how we know each other.
Sweet man, incredible drummer.
Dude.
And that's how
Dude, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we kind of connected.
I got you got my attention.
Right. Yeah.
I thought I was watching his Instagram video of him drumming, and you had commented on it, and I was like, let's see who this guy is.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
So exactly. So he had done some of actually he came in and we needed a drummer one night for Daredevil Squardron. And it's not for my like the rock, like kind of new wave of the rock band. And it's not just that basic. It's kind of like there's time changes and shit,
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with this guy that he like just came into rehearsal and knew everything. This like I was like, wow, dude. And so then so I took notice, I was like, oh, this guy's great. And then we ended up being at his apartment his house in Jersey, I think. He had a little studio downstairs. So he recorded drums for most of my bands, I think, at his place, because he's such a great drum producer and everything like that. Yeah, just a great guy. And he's out in California now.
He recorded on some of my solo record that has not ever been released or finished.
It's not done.
It's not done. Yeah.
I've got a few like that.
I'll tell you about it off record.
Sure.
Because it's gonna change the face of music.
Oh yeah, dude.
Of course.
I can see it, man. But that's the attitude you need.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's art.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of undercover art.
Right.
Hmm?
Undercover art.
So what about the last year, other than smashing the shit out of things that need to be smashed?
Yeah.
Have you made time to focus on doing music? Because you weren't able, like TSO didn't happen. Did they do a web stream or anything like that this year?
They did, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't a part of it, but they did. Yeah. Yeah. It was really good. Yeah.
There are multiple bands. Yeah.
There's two bands. There's an East Coast band and a West Coast band.
That's fucking crazy.
And we do the identical show.
Yeah.
You know, but there's only so much ground you can, cover.
Right.
So, but this year. So you know what? This year I really got into just doing these quick little stupid Instagram videos. Like I have one on my Instagram. You might have seen it. It's one of my friend's birthday.
I saw that.
Kevin. Yeah.
Attention,
yeah. So me and Pia, we're just like, all right, we got to write him a cool birthday song. And so I just use like various apps for the beat. I didn't make those beats. I kind of just pieced them together from this app called Splice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also on Splice, it's also a video editor. And then I would come in here and just record like the birthday stuff and just splice it together and then film it. And it's really easy and it's all on your phone, but like we made a music video in an afternoon. You know what I mean?
Fun. I mean, you can see why like kids do the shit out of this, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you can see why it isn't like why they do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking fun.
It's so fun. It's like this a little minute video. Boop, okay, now what? So I've really been getting into like this stupid short little like silly, little Instagram videos, like the one, the Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. I was like, okay, listen, learn these lyrics, and we're gonna sing the song because I think it's awesome.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just fun stuff like that.
What if like COVID was eradicated next month? What would you do?
I go to concerts.
Yeah.
I go hang out with my friends at the restaurant.
You're like,
I'd high five strangers.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Right. I would eat the crumbs off of a tabletop that I spilled at the restaurant.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Laid at.
Right.
I got wiped off with a dirty rag.
Yeah.
And not fear for my life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would keep on just whatever I felt like doing. I don't have this real drive to, like, as we discussed, to make some new big artistic, impact on the world. I just want to make people happy with, like, I would probably keep doing these stupid videos, and my fan base isn't on Instagram is like, what, it's like 2,000. It's not like through the roof, and that's fine with me. I don't care.
Right.
As long as as I'm making people happy.
Right.
And that's busting shit up.
Breaking shit.
Yeah.
Making people. What if you did some of both?
Oh, like a combo.
What if you made one of these 1 minute music video doing some construction demo,
renovating a house? Yeah,
I do.
Then I'm gonna have to get the owner's approval, and
I mean,
but that's a good idea,
right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a song about breaking stuff.
Yeah, there's one, I think, by the band Limp Bizkit.
You know what? I've done a bunch of festival dates with those guys, and fucking there's no one that loves Limp Bizkit more than a festival crowd.
Oh yeah, you get to jump.
Oh man, in mass, just 50,000 people, like, going ape shit, and
they're usually slightly buzzed. Like, oh, Limp Bizkit, bro, yeah.
You think they got a buzz? No, but not a shirt on in the house.
Right.
Yeah, not a shirt on in the house. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you think about retiring to Mexico? Ever?
That sounds nice.
Sounds nice, right?
You ever? Yeah, I've been to Zihuatanejo.
Nice place.
Yeah. Have you seen what's the one where he breaks out of jail?
Oh yeah, of course.
That movie.
It's called
Yes.
Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. That's the book. The story is called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank.
Oh,
The
okay.
movie is called Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. So that's where they end up when they break out of jail.
Right.
So yeah, maybe just like leave it all behind and go to Zihuatanejo.
Or as the people say, Ziwa.
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 Yeah.
I love
Ziwa.
it. Day.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Day FA.
Day FA.
Oh, you're going to Day FA, are you?
Day FA.
Yeah. You're going to Mexico City. You can say that.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
you can say that.
You can say that to me. Do you have a favorite place down there? Do you like that that spot?
Ziwa or Day
Yeah.
FA?
I would never call it Day FA to you.
Okay, good.
Ziwa.
Zima, yeah, there's this little I do, but I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember.
Have you been to Oaxaca?
I got the hook on Oaxaca. I have been down there. Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
What a cool town.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did you go to that market?
Yeah, I was about to say the colors and the chickens and this and yeah.
And
awesome.
Oh, dude, you walk through the meat area and it's just like, whoa, it's a little overwhelming. And it's just like you know, if you've got a soft gringo constitution, it can like
that's called the fires of Mordor. No, I'm sorry, yeah. What is it? The Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah, the fires of Mordor.
Yeah, it's way off.
Similar, same but different.
Yeah, similar, but yeah. Montezuma's Revenge. Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, it's even walking through there, the smells are crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
But
yeah,
that
full
market,
up.
oh, it's amazing. Did you eat any of those? What are they? The crickets? What are they called?
Yeah, I didn't eat any crickets.
I did.
How were they? Crunchy?
Yeah, crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not vegan. The crickets are not vegan.
Non-vegan crickets.
Yeah.
Buddy Holly and the non-vegan crickets.
That's right. Dude, you gotta sing. I mean, you should sing in a Couch Riffs video. I really want you to. You don't have. I know I threw Neil Diamond out at you.
You want to do Forever in Blue Jeans?
I'm obsessed with Forever in Blue Jeans, and that's a big give right now because I never talk about songs on the before they were released. We don't have to do that one. I am obsessed with that song though. It's such a good song, dude.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it after I sent it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. How did it's just like maybe tonight.
Maybe tonight. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Maybe ba 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 ba.
By the fire. Yeah.
Forever in Blue Jeans, yeah.
It's the best, dude. But I have a list of other tunes. I have a list of other tunes. I'm not gonna say them on air.
Don't say them on air.
I'll send them to
I
you.
like the lower more theatrical stuff.
Lower register.
As in down here.
You want the more baritone stuff?
Yeah, son.
I can't even, that's as low as I can go.
Hey, you can't go. Who do you remind me of? That's as low as I could go. Somebody, I don't know. This has been so fun, dude.
Well, you know, this is
seriously, I've been grinning ear to ear. Like
that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But I'm gonna send you a list of songs. You should pick one.
Cool.
And if you're not into one, that's fine. We'll come up with something else.
Nice.
What do you think? You got a nice mic right there, right?
I do. I don't know how to okay. You want to talk technical? I don't know how to work with the delay.
The latency.
The latency. Yeah.
Oh, when recording.
Right. So you're here. This guy's here. This
Oh,
guy's
no,
here.
no,
This
no, no,
guy's
no, no,
here.
no. Oh, it's not like that. It looks like.
Oh, I'm going to track myself.
Yeah.
Got you. I
Dude,
thought
you
you guys were
record-
doing it live.
Oh, no, that's not a possibility. That we don't have the technology for that.
Who doesn't? Humans?
Humans, yeah.
Sure we do. Really?
No, it doesn't exist.
Get out.
No, for real.
There's our $1 million idea.
Well, I think a lot of people have had the idea, especially in the last year, but unfortunately, I'm not a scientist,
Scientist.
or
Yeah.
an inventor. I have no idea how to implement new technology or create new technology.
Dude, I can't even work when I do the update on my phone, I'm lost for like a week.
I mean,
When we were talking earlier, I was like, I'm sorry, bro. Like because I had just updated it. Like it was like an alien phone. Like what is it doing? Like what? Like no, like
well, my shit just goes-
everything is weird.
right. It's all weird. Everything is weird, man.
True. If you think about it long
uh,
enough.
here's how you do it. You got to catch an alien.
Okay.
You got to catch an alien. You got to lasso an alien, and then just like, waterboard him until he coughs up some technology.
Like tell us how to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Tell us where's your space truck, and then
Yeah.
you go to the space truck, and it's one of these cyber trucks,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and then you've got technology, and then that's how Elon Musk has done it, and that's how I want it.
Yeah. Well, he came through the Stargate.
Right.
Here. Yeah.
I want one of those cyber trucks though. They're the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like
it's incredible.
It reminds me of the truck from Aliens.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's like he watched a bunch of sci-fi movies from the late 70s and he was like, yes, this is how we're gonna do it.
James Cameron came up with that.
Right.
Not you.
Exactly. Precisely. And so I just think it's great. I mean, the second I saw it, I was like, any kid who grew up watching Star Wars and doesn't get off when he sees a sand crawler, like, don't tell me you don't want a Cybertruck. Like, I want a fucking Cybertruck. I want a pimped out Cybertruck.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
And I don't care. And I live out in a part of the country where people will fucking hate them. You'll need to have glass that can sustain a rock because
or like a cannon on the front.
Right, like some Road Warrior shit.
Yeah, like paintball cannon.
That's right. Why not?
As soon as you see a kid with a rock,
or confetti, or just
confetti cannons,
confetti
t-shirts.
T-shirt cannon. I was gonna say your band could tour in it, and you could shoot t-shirts out at people.
Yeah.
Boom!
And all, like
Paul Stanley it. Is that one that wants a t-shirt? That's right. That's it. Oh, dude. So, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Are you splitting town?
Well, no. I don't know. Am I allowed to? I might be.
I see.
Yeah.
Is there a secret that's been let out of the bag? A cat's out of the bag?
No, I just don't know what I'm allowed to do and not to do. I got my test. I'm negative.
Yeah.
Girlfriend's negative.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's certain places in America that, they don't really want you to. I don't know the rules. I'm just gonna. The less people who know, except for the people who know.
Right.
I don't know. I'm very conspiracy minded. I feel like the they're listening right now, and we're gonna be put on some list, and like you cannot go here for your birthday.
Right.
You understand? That's my Philip K. Dick kind of paranoia kicking in.
I mean,
But yes, we're going somewhere for my birthday. But there's going to be a party.
The Philip K. Dick stories seemed crazy
Because he was crazy.
I mean, he was a visionary.
There's a great book called The Divine Madness of Philip K. Dick.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a visionary. He was crazy. He also, this is a great little story. He would write the CIA little notes, and he would go and he would take them down the street and put them in the dumpster. So if the trash man came and took the dumpster out, whatever, but if they were going through the trash, tracking him, they would find the note. Crazy, right?
Believe that they were tracking him?
Yes, it turns out they were. They were. The CIA was following Philip K. Dick because he was. I'm not going to tell you too much. You just have to read the book.
Really?
True. He also did a lot of speed, which adds to paranoia. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
You
You're
knew
trying
that.
to tell me if you do speed, you get a bunch of crazy ideas in your head?
Yes. Yeah.
Never experienced it.
Yeah. Okay.
Never,
Me neither.
never,
Me neither.
Never.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But did Philip? No, Running Man was Stephen King, wasn't it? Remember Running Man?
Well, I remember Arnold.
Yeah.
Stephen King.
I think he did. Who?
Hey, Pia, who wrote Running Man? She has no idea.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay, you're no help.
Let's see. Running Man, directed by Paul Michael Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jesse Ventura was in it. I swear
it was a book first.
Story, yeah, story by Stephen King. Well,
oh, see, good.
But similar, like weird futuristic craziness, right?
Yeah.
I remember there's the scene where they fabric.
It's Stephen King.
Oh, it's Stephen King.
Yeah. Thank you.
He says that's it.
I'm an idiot.
But they fabricate basically CGI.
Right.
And they fabricate some news story where it shows Arnold Schwarzenegger firing on civilians from a military helicopter or something, right?
Right. And then they have to get him.
No, then they put him through the Running Man,
it's like a game
show where he has to fight for his survival, but it's
kind of like Hunger Games.
Yeah, exactly. It's televised, and bloodthirsty Americans are betting on who can make it, just like fucking Survivor or whatever music. What are the music ones called? I don't even know. The Singer. Is there one called The Singer?
The Voice.
Yeah, that's right.
American Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like all that, but the thing that the most unbelievable part of all that was the CGI. I was just like, they'll never be able to do that. Make things that look real that aren't real. Like when you see it on TV, it's real.
Right. Oh, dude, have you like the deep fakes, the deep fake face?
Yeah, man. When I started seeing that, it flipped me out.
It scares me, dude. It scares me. Like, what if they, you know what I mean? Like, how can you trust anything anymore if you can deep fake?
Well, if you could do that on your phone, you can do it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what smart people can do.
Lots. They could probably figure out how to have 4 guys in a different room and jam.
You would think that they would figure that out, but they can't, man. They can't figure it out because of latency.
Yeah. Well, what if we just add it to so let's say we're sending out the signal. So go ahead and add latency here. So everyone starts at the same latency. But latency is not the same for everyone.
Right. It would be circular.
All right. Yeah, there's got to be something we can do about this.
Well, one person would have to time travel back like 2 seconds. You would have to time travel
Okay.
backwards in 2-second increments in order
Okay.
for the latency, even at high speed internet levels, to match up. So
What if one person went into the future 2 seconds at
oh
different
no, then
intervals?
they'd be way out of sync.
They'd be ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
They'd be
That'd be your
rushing.
bass player. But yeah, your drummer you want,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what kind of drummer you like, but
I like him to be on the tempo,
right. Yeah,
or like slightly behind it.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
A loose groove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that, I mean, again, here's the thing. Everything that we've ever imagined as humans has become real. Like all science fiction, all
The science fiction of today is the future of tomorrow.
all this kind of shit. We imagine
Yeah.
it. Like some Philip K. Dick writes about some shit and they're like,
Mhm.
people are paying attention and they're like, did you listen to the Wind of Change podcast?
I mean, no. No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Apparently you don't.
Is it one of your podcasts?
No, Wind of Change.
It's called Wind of Change. I'll write it down.
It's fucking great. You're going to love it. It goes off on a few tangents, but it's about the Scorpions' most celebrated song,
Wind of Change. Yeah.
Wind of Change, which came out at a perfect time, right? It came out as the wall came down. It came out,
Right.
I don't remember, but I remember it seemed like it came out the fucking day it fell down, but I don't think it really did. But this whole story and podcast, which is like, 6 or 8 episodes, is based on the story that the narrator heard from a friend at the CIA, that the CIA took responsibility for writing the song and making it culturally influential. And there are 8 solid episodes to support this theory. And it is fucking insane.
That's kind of like some Illuminati shit, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So Wind of Change or Winds. Yeah.
Wind of Change.
Wind of Change.
And
cool.
The same as the name of the song.
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh,
and
I'll listen.
They even have Klaus on it.
Oh, nice.
Episode. Klaus is interviewed, and the narrator poses the theory to him.
What does he say?
It's insane. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to hear.
Okay, I'm going to listen.
Everyone should listen to it. I think it came out last summer or last spring, and I don't know why I didn't listen to it until recently. But there was, the reason I brought it up is because I was talking about how everything we imagine somehow becomes real, right?
Right.
They go into the history of the CIA and different like crazy things that they've been involved in, crazy things they've done, crazy technology that existed in the 60s and 70s, right?
Yeah.
And much of it was driven by spy television and movies.
Right.
Where in the movies they had these things that were unbelievably slick and sly, and and they were like, and we all look at that like that doesn't exist. And meanwhile, inside the CIA, they're like, hey, do you think we could do that? We should try.
Yeah.
And
let's try it.
Drove the spy industry.
Yeah.
So basically flying cars, basically.
Flying cars, or like the bullet where you shoot somebody and then they don't feel it, and then now they have a tracking device in them.
Oh. I thought you were going to go the Gene Simmons route, where it's like some sort of like it's a tuned bullet will fly around a corner and find you. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh, like a tracking
Yeah, that's right.
Like heat-seeking Gene Simmons bullet.
Well, I mean, specifically Gene Simmons because he starred in this movie. Yeah.
Kiss Save Santa.
Yeah, that was the one. They murder Rudolph, and then Ace Frehley comes along, and I'm just gonna stop there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I was like, where's he gonna go with this?
I'm gonna go down a bad route here.
Yeah.
It's terrible radio.
Cool.
Wind of Change. You should
I will. I love
the wheel.
podcasts. And seriously, bro, I'm not blowing smoke. Like I really, really love this podcast.
Well, we don't really talk about anything, really, do we?
No, but I love it though. You talk about music and people, and like the Parsons one, and Mike Doty.
Oh yeah.
Come on, dude. Like I was a huge Soul Coughing fan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to listening to more of them.
I saw them at Mo in Seattle in like 1994. It was
still Soul Coughing.
Yeah. It was great. It was great.
I still play them around the house. Yeah.
No, it feels so good. Did you read his book?
The Book of Drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck, he hates those guys, man.
I know. Well, I want to hear their version because he kind of makes it seem like they were assholes, but I don't know. I never knew that he was that into drugs. Like I knew that like he would like take ecstasy and shit, but I didn't know it got like into needles and despair and like living in it. That wow.
That's dark.
It's so dark. I can't even imagine how dark that would be.
Somehow miraculously I've always pulled myself shy of getting that far down the dark.
Me too, dude. Yeah, me too.
I
mean, I've done some dumb shit, but there's a point like, okay, no return here. But he's like 20 years sober now, right?
Yeah.
Dowdy.
Yeah.
Good for him, man. It's really awesome.
I think so too. He won't be in the video though, so fuck that guy. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding, Mike. You're great, buddy. Well, listen, man. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Do you have a birthday wish?
I should say something really awesome like end COVID. I just everyone be happy, and you know what it would be, regardless of what side of politics or whatever, dude, we're all human beings. You know what I mean? Treat everyone with respect, even if you don't agree with them. Right. Something like that. But it's kind of difficult, but that's my wish.
I think it's easy to assume that if someone doesn't agree with you politically, especially
they're your enemy.
Yeah, right.
Right. They're not.
I think the art of subtlety and conversation and understanding has been lost on us for not even lately. It's just generally speaking in humanity, and I think it's probably time that it's probably time we start to try and implement it, like really exercise the golden rule, that's my religion. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
You want to be treated. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. Yeah. And then everyone will be happy. Yeah. Unless you want to be treated like a dog.
Right.
And then so that person don't.
And I pay like
there are some people out
for that, and that's it.
Yeah. You can get that down the block.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
I want respect.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Not really. Just for the record, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Man, have the best birthday ever.
Thank you. This has been great too.
You're the best.
No, you are.
No. That's like the Highlander. There can be only one
best.
That's right.
All right. Since it's almost my birthday, I'll be the best this time. Okay, I'll take it.
You got it. Do something awesome. Do
I
something
will.
awesome for yourself. Do something awesome for your lady. And I'm gonna chase you down.
Cool.
We're gonna meet face to face.
Cool.
We're gonna meet mask to mask one day.
Mask to mask. Mask to mask.
Moscow-y Moscow.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I really gotta pee, bro.
Well, have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Send me a photograph of you that I can fucking destroy. One of you performing.
Okay.
This was a symbol of you singing, not anything else.
Oh, okay, good.
Hey, send me some photos.
You know.
Send me you got to have some pictures. Guy like you's got to have some pictures, stage photos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
Is this for like the cover of something?
well, it's I make these posts. I basically fucking destroy it. So it doesn't have to be a spectacular background. I'm gonna remove the background
Remove it.
and I'm gonna put
Yeah.
like some fucking a pond with fucking lily pads behind you or some shit. You know, I'm gonna,
Okay.
you know, not really. but
Okay.
something.
And if I don't, can you do it for me?
I'll steal something off the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to do that?
Well, I just hate looking at pictures of myself, dude.
You
But
know,
I will. For you, I will.
you know what? You gotta let go of that. You're beautiful. Just let it
Oh,
be.
shut up. Oh, shut up. And I gotta pee.
All right.
I'll send it to you, buddy. This has been real.
Take care.
Okay. Love you, man.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.